I expecting or am I just bloated? Yeah, definitely that second one. Honestly, bloating has been my personality trait since forever. I remember being in high school and thinking, how is it possible that I am very skinny? I was way thinner than I am now, by the way, but I have so much distension and discomfort in the belly. I used to think this is just who I am. You know how some people are the smart one, the funny one? I am the bloated one. This was my vibe throughout university and mid-20s, battling my genes after every meal. But then my late 20s hit me with a bonus level rosacea. I was like, oh perfect, now I'm bloated and look like a stressed out lobster on a good day. That's when I finally got desperate enough to, you know, research. And what did I discover? Bloating and rosacea are connected. My two sworn enemies were actually working together. Betrayal at its finest. So in the process of trying to heal my rosacea, something magical happened. My bloating disappeared. Poof! Gone. Which means I'm basically a walking digestion success story, and I want you to have this glow up too. So here are my top 10 tips to defeat bloating, because no one deserves to feel like they swallowed a yoga mat. So back in the days, my mornings were a straight up sprint to food. Like alarm goes off and bam, I'm halfway through a cereal bowl before my brain even knows I'm awake. But now, oh no, I've evolved. These days I kick things off with some fancy hydrating drinks. If I'm in a main character mood, I'll make my elite electrolyte drink, half a citrus fruit, some salt, and a splash of raw honey. But let's be real, some mornings I look at a lemon and think, do I really have the strength to squeeze you? No. That's when I reach for my lazy girl MVP. Liquid chlorophyll, just a few drops, and my water goes from boring to green goddess vibe. Does it taste like grass? Yes. But am I into it? Oh yeah. I like to think it's turning me into a human succulent. Oh, and for those extra tough mornings, it's just plain water. Hydration without drama. Honestly, waking up is hard enough. Sometimes you just need to sip and survive. Alright, let's talk about food. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, midnight fridge rates, all of it. My high school and university diet was a disaster. In my late 20s, I had that aha moment when I realized that my skin and gut were pals, plotting in secret meetings to make my life miserable, so I did what any fed up, bloated, tomato-faced person would do. I revolutionized my diet. These days I cook all my meals because I work from home and it's basically my excuse to play chef in my sweatpants. But listen, even if you're busy, there's so many options to stay on track. First, meal prep. I know it's annoying, but your future self will be obsessed with you. Second, meal delivery services like Factor, the sponsor of today's video. Factor delivers nutritious, ready-to-eat meals right to your door so you can be healthy and busy at the same time. Because we've all been there. It's 7 p.m, you're starving, your fridge has exactly one set apple, and you're too tired to even think about cooking, so you end up making a frozen pizza and promise that health grind starts tomorrow. But with Factor, you have your meals ready, so reaching your goals, whether it be weight loss, clean eating, gut healing, muscle building, is just so much easier. Imagine no hectic grocery stores, no cooking, and the best part, no dishes. Hit your meal, eat it, your kitchen stays clean, your life stays stress-free, and your body is doing a happy dance. I love how depending on your goals, you can choose meal preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, Vegan. When I was on my gut healing journey, there were times when I had to keep my diet more low carb, and Factor has you covered. Also, let's talk about how cooking for yourself always turns into some weird food monotony. 1 minute you're excited to try a new recipe, and the next it's been 6 months of hard-boiled eggs because your brain can't think of anything else. Your microbiome, aka the gut squad, absolutely unimpressed. It wants variety, and Factor gets it. Boom! Weekly menus with over 35 options that are fresh, never frozen, chef prepared, and dietitian approved. It's like having a personal chef, but you don't have to awkwardly make small talk with them in your kitchen. Get 50% off and free shipping on your first Factor box using my link. Just click the link in the description box or scan the QR code with your phone. Thank you again, Factor, for sponsoring today's video. Let's rewind to my high school days food choices. Breakfast, dessert, straight up dessert. I'd start my day with cereal, the kind that's 90% sugar, 10% regret, cookies, or merendine, those squishy little cakes Italians invented to ruin my self-control, and hot cocoa, those basically candy in a mug. My blood sugar levels were doing backflips at 7 a.m. Mid-school snack, classmates and I would hit up the store near school and grab either a donut or a warm cheesy sandwich. Was it healthy? No. Was it delicious? 10 out of 10 would still recommend occasionally. Lunch. Finally, some redemption. A home-cooked meal. Thank you, Grandma, for being the one stable force in my otherwise carb-fueled chaos. Dinner. Back to my roots. Sandwich, cheesy bread, or bread slathered with Nutella. It's like my diet had a theme. How many forms of bread can we eat in one day? Spoiler, a lot. Snacking. Oh, we need to talk about this. When my rosacea hit rock bottom, I decided this is it. I'm changing everything. We stopped buying cereals, cookies, processed foods, but then I discovered healthy snacks. I went all in. Granola bars, rice crackers with chocolate, handfuls of nuts, fruits, dark chocolate, you name it. I was snacking like a squirrel preparing for winter. I'd be munching all day and thinking, whoa, look at me, I'm a beacon of wellness. Meanwhile, my bloating said, nice try, babe. Finally, I got the memo. Snacking had to go. Once I cut it out, magic happened. Now I stick to 3 big meals a day, and if I want a snack, I just make it a part of my meal. No more bloating, no more snack sabotage. I'm free. Movement is essential for digestion. Every wellness guru on the internet said it, so it must be true. That being said, I'm definitely guilty of not moving as much as I should, but guess what? I started Zumba, guys. I've been twice, and let's just say, it's going. Not great, but it's going. I have a class in 20 minutes. But everyone else is moving like Beyoncé, and then there's me looking like I've accidentally wandered into a wrong class and decided to stay for the laughs. But hey, at least I'm moving. When I'm not humbling myself in Zumba, I would occasionally, very occasionally, do some workouts at home, preferably dressed as a unicorn, because if I'm gonna suffer through squats, I wanna do it with sparkle and dignity. When my gut was at its weakest, raw food and I were not friends. Cooked foods are much gentler on digestion, while raw ones are more like a surprise wrestling match. I'll never forget the time I ate a big bowl of shredded cabbage for dinner. I was so proud, like, look at me eating this superfood of superfoods. Fast forward to 3 days later and I was still bloated. I didn't understand. Cabbage is supposed to be the health queen, right? Well, turns out cabbage is nutritious but also quite hard to digest raw, especially if your gut is already waving the white flag. The same goes for nuts and seeds. Yes, they're health food heroes, but when your gut is struggling, they are low-key villains. So soak your nuts and try focusing on cooked foods for a bit. Steam or boil your veggies, and even fruits. Baked apples are a thing and they're amazing. Your gut will thank you and so will your taste buds. Next, we need to have a serious conversation about chewing. Yes, the thing we all learned as toddlers and are somehow terrible at as adults. Most of us are just gulping down food like we're in a rush to save the world. But here's the truth. You need to chew every bite 25 times. Yeah, sounds excessive, but hear me out. Your stomach is not a blender and it doesn't have extra teeth waiting to take over the chewing process. Also, saliva is loaded with enzymes that help break down the food, but they can only work if you give them a chance. When you chew twice and swallow, you're missing out on those magical digestive juices. And then your food ends up fermenting in your upper GI tract. And that, my friends, is where bloating comes from. So slow down, chew each bite like you're savoring the last meal on earth. Your stomach will send you a thank you card and your bloating might just peace out for good. Your posture while eating actually matters. I know, wild concept. But if you're out there eating twisted like a pretzel on your couch or sprawled out on your bed like a snacking sea star, your digestion is probably struggling. Try eating at the table. Sit up straight, pretend you're in a 5-star restaurant. Even if it's just Tuesday and you're eating leftovers, trust me, your gut will be like, finally, some respect. I swear I sound like a nagging mom. Don't slouch, get off the couch. But since I started eating my meals at the table like a civilized human, my digestion stopped acting like a dramatic diva. Try it. Your gut may surprise you. Just so we're clear, I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist. I have a degree in finance, which means I can budget your grocery bill but not diagnose or treat your gut issues. So take my tips with a grain of salt.
Preferably Himalayan pink for the aesthetics.
Or better yet, a whole spoonful of skepticism. Okay, moving on. Let's chat about not drinking during meals. Sounds dramatic, but here's the thing. If you chug water or other drinks while eating, you're basically thinning out your digestive juices. No bueno. So here's my strategy. I drink up until about 20 minutes before my meal and then I hold off for a full hour after. It's like the food gets its own exclusive happy hour. Now, if you're really thirsty, a few sips are fine, but if you're out there glugging a liter of water with your spaghetti, your stomach's like, are we trying to swim or digest? When I'm not eating though, hydration mode activated. I drink 2 to 3 liters of filtered water and herbal teas a day. My go-to teas for digestion are ginger tea and and licorice root tea. Sweet, soothing, and low-key underrated. Okay, so the plan is to stop eating by 7 p.m. Do I succeed every day? Absolutely not. Sometimes life happens and suddenly it's 9 p.m. and I'm in the kitchen with a spoon and a jar of almond butter, questioning my choices. But in an ideal world, 7 p.m. is the goal. If you eat too late and then go to bed with a full stomach, your body is like, oh great, we're pulling an all-nighter to digest this food. Meanwhile, all the repairing and healing that's supposed to be happening is on pause. So to keep things chill, I go for lighter meals in the evening, soups, stews, or anything that basically says, hey, I'm gentle and I won't cause chaos in your stomach. Okay, finally, the most important thing. If you do everything we've just discussed and your digestion is still acting like a rebellious teenager, that was literally me for years. I was doing everything by the book. I was a walking health guru, but my rosacea and bloating were still like, oh, you thought we'd leave? Cute. I felt so lost. It was like being on a hamster wheel of wellness, going from protocol to protocol, seeing tiny glimmers of hope, but no real long-term improvement. Then I had the epiphany. The one thing I'm missing, the actual VIP of digestion, is the calm mind. Yeah. My stressed out brain was sabotaging my digestion that whole time. Who knew that you could eat the cleanest diet in the world, but if your mind is running on chaos, your gut is like, LOL, good luck with that. These days you hear a lot about dysregulated nervous system on social media, and that was me. I was a warrior, overthinker, type A perfectionist. I thought I have to be productive every day, otherwise I would feel guilty. I was anxious, had lots of fears. When you're in that state, your body does not differentiate between real danger and minor annoyances. Worried before the exam, a stressful Zoom call, stuck in a traffic jam and running late. Your body thinks, uh-oh, life-threatening danger. Everybody panic! Insert the famous fight or flight response. Your body is like, okay, if we want to survive, send energy to the brain for overthinking, pump up the limbs so we can sprint away from that imaginary tiger, in this case the exam. Digestion, healing, repairing, not important right now. So you're left feeling like a restless, over-analyzing mess while your gut is out there whispering, hello, what about me? When you're in chronic fight or flight, your body doesn't prioritize digestion and healing. Your salad, it's not getting digested. That fancy smoothie, forget about it. So if you're constantly stressed, stuck in your head, or rocking a negative mindset, you could be eating the fanciest diet and drink water that's been blessed by monks, but your body would still be like, nah, we're too busy panicking to digest this. We're just gonna let this food rot in the digestive tract. No biggie. That's of course a very big topic, but to start, here's a little hack. Before every meal, take 5 to 10 slow, deep breaths. That's it. This tells your body, hey sis, we're safe. No lions, no fire, no drama. We can relax, digest this salad, and maybe even absorb a vitamin or two. Before we part ways, I've got something special for you. If lately you've been like, what's going on, Sarah? Where are the vlogs? I hear you. I miss you too. I've been plotting a little surprise, but it's still a top secret mission. If you want to uncover this mystery, send an email to sarahbeautycorner@gmail.com with the subject Sarah's Secret. This way I'll know it's you and not another email trying to sell me miracle weight loss gummies or a fake crypto scheme. Once you send it, I'll share the directions to find more of me. But until then, zip. Thanks again to Factor for sponsoring today's video. The link is in description, so check it out. See ya, love ya, bye!